All right, so today we are going to talk about comfortable distance and money. Yes, so comfortable distance is something that we talk about in Access Consciousness, primarily in Foundation. So Foundation is a 4-day class that you can take once you've taken the Access Bars class, and it is life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. There's so many different tools that you receive in the class, so many different awarenesses. And I know I said it's a 4-day class. I do happen to have one coming up, and we're doing it actually over 5 days. So we're going to do 4 hours a day for 5 days, August 24th to the 28th in 2020, and it's online. So if you have taken bars, come and join us. I would love to have you. You can message me for the information or find it on my webpage, and I would just love to play with you. So anyway, let's talk about comfortable distance and money. So what the heck is actually comfortable distance? Basically, what was occurring with Gary and Dane, who are the founders of Access Consciousness, what they noticed a few years ago is that they would get to a certain level of like connection or relationship with each other, and once they hit a certain level, one of them would find a reason to, fight. And I'm sure that we can all relate to this where, maybe things seem like they're going really great and you just got that sense of connection, and then boom, there's some sort of fight, somebody's upset about something. And as with Gary and Dane, they're willing to look at everything. And what they found was that it was a comfortable distance, so that when they got to a certain amount of closeness, it was too uncomfortable to be that close. So then they created some sort of a problem to create the comfortable distance. So, the space between themselves with that. And ultimately, you can't have comfortable distance with anyone else if you don't first have it with yourself. So ultimately, we're going to talk about comfortable distance and money today. However, please know, my sweet friends, that ultimately what you're looking to do is change the comfortable distance that you have with you, right? I know. And ultimately, it is that energy of the willingness to be present with you, with what you have judged as the good and the bad and the ugly. I know. Because a lot of us have decided what we should be like or what we shouldn't be like, and what's good and what's bad and what's right and what's wrong. And so then we don't allow ourselves to see those pieces of ourselves. We don't allow ourselves to acknowledge when we're being a jerk, because a jerk is wrong and you shouldn't be a jerk and it's wrong. So then you basically separate from yourself. And that just, it's created in every area of our lives and our living. So you want to be really aware of that so that you can basically get to where you have no judgment. Because what if you chose to be a jerk? Nothing. Except the judgment that you might have that you shouldn't, or that it's wrong, or that it's bad, or you're not supposed to, or all the things that we add into it, when ultimately it's not, guys. It's just a choice. Now, does it mean that, being a jerk all the time is going to create greater? Probably not. But you just want to have no point of view about it, so that when you choose it, well, actually, if you have no point of view about it, you'd actually be aware before you were choosing it if it was actually going to create more. But the problem is we've decided it's wrong, so we're not even aware of it. Then we be it. Then we're shocked that we beat it. And then we judge us. And then other people judge. Oh my gosh, it just creates a whole bunch of crazy. When if you were willing to be everything, there would be no requirement for comfortable distance. You'd have nothing to fight up against. You'd just be you with no point of view about it, being aware of what would create more and what wouldn't. Everything that just brought up. You destroy and uncreate it all, return to sender with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So that is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. You can go to theclearingstatement.com for more information about how it works. It's basically like a magic wand, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I use it all the time, and I have for 9 years now. So that's a long time. Now, with comfortable distance with money. So this is where you would put up the barriers between you and money, you and possibilities with money, you and the judgments that you have about money, money you've spent, money you haven't spent, money you shouldn't have spent, like all of that. So then it becomes where money is over here and you're here, you know, and you're not then able to be present with it. The thing with money, guys, is that we be money. We be it. So if you're choosing comfortable distance with money, you don't get to be money, which then, guess what? Money's a struggle. Money's hard. Money never comes in. Money's never the way you would like it to be. It's never the amount. It never stays long. Like all those points of views. Yeah. Whereas if you didn't choose comfortable distance with money, if you just bead the money you bead, if you had no point of view about what you've chosen in the past with regards to money, what you might choose in the future with regards to money, what you have right now with regards to money, all the possibilities with money, oh my gosh, can you get a sense of what that would be like? So I've even got my foundation manual here because there's a whole section on comfortable distance. So what are you using to create comfortable distance from money that keeps you from having all of you? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, fat box, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of comfortable distance between money and you are you choosing? Everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So if you're not familiar with the jails clearing, it is again talked at length about in bars and also in foundation. So hashtag get your butt to foundation. But it basically is an acronym jails, judgments, agendas, inventions, and lies. So it just clears all of the crazy around you having comfortable distance with you and money. Yeah. Think of a person or maybe an animal or a piece of land, something that there's very little comfortable distance between you and them. So a lot of us probably would have, for me, I won't say a lot of us. For me, I have my little kitty Toddy, and so I probably have the least amount of comfortable distance between her and I than anything else. It's really ease for me to be with her. It's ease for me to be me with her. And so if you kind of look at that, whatever that is for you, yeah. Now get a sense of where you're at with money and you. Yeah. So it's probably different, and maybe it's not. That's totally cool if it's not, but just get a sense of where it's at and what that's like. Yeah. Okay. So what would it be like to have it be, as I'm going to say, as close as you and the other person or animal or thing that you were able to get that real sense of connection with? Yeah, what would that be like? So we're just being curious here. We're not trying to figure it out. We're not saying it has to be. We're just getting curious. Like, what would it be like to have no comfortable distance between you and money? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And how many barriers would you require to drop right now to have no comfortable distance between you and money? Barriers down, barriers down, barriers down, all levels, layers, lifetimes, universes, realities, barriers down. Yeah. Yeah. So another thing is we're kind of going through this, get a sense of, and this may not read for every one of you, but just get a sense of, like, who are you being when you're choosing comfortable distance with money? Yeah. Yeah, because we mimic a lot, guys. We be like other people. We do what other people are doing. And what if we didn't? What if we actually chose what worked for us? Which I'm going to say, and you know, use your own awareness for you, but I'm going to say not having comfortable distance with money is going to be much more natural for you than having it. But when we mimic other people, when we copy what other people do, whether we're aware of it or not, what happens then is that seems more natural, but it's actually not. Yeah, so everywhere comfortable distance with money has felt or seemed more natural than not, will you destroy and uncreate all that and return it to sender with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. So another question that you can use with this sort of stuff is, how much space could you occupy right now to be comfortable, to be, actually, how much space could you occupy right now to be you as money? Yeah. Yeah. The minute you ask that question, you actually automatically be that much space. So that's why the question works so well. It's just like, how much space would I require to be to whatever you want to fill in the blank with, because of what we're talking about is to be you as money, to be the money that you truly be. Yeah. And it happens. It occurs the moment you ask it. Yeah. Which is, if you get a sense of it now, I know this is very energetic, guys. And so kind of being aware of that as you're listening or as you're watching, just be aware of that. Yeah, be aware of the energies. Get a sense of you as money. Oh, I like that. Okay. So get a sense of how hard you have to work to create a comfortable distance between you and money. Yeah, right? Yeah, because again, it's not natural. Yeah, so all that hard work, all that energy you're putting into creating the comfortable distance between you and money that isn't natural for you, we just destroy and uncreate it all and return it to sender with consciousness. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Oh, yeah. And how much more of you are you willing to be as money? Yeah. So last fall, I did the How to Become Money workbook, which is a workbook by Gary Douglas that has 13 questions in it. And I did it 100 days in a row with a bunch of other people. So every day we would get on a Facebook Live and we would go through the 13 questions. And it was freaking phenomenal. And what I finally realized, which I had never put together before, was that money and cash are two different things. So we be money, and money can be cash. It can be a hug. It can be a beautiful piece of furniture. It can be an amazing experience. Like it's a lot of different things, but cash is cash. It's the plastic or the coins or the paper, like it's the actual cash. So a lot of times I was asking, well, pretty much prior to that, I only ever asked for money, which of course was showing up, but I was judging money as cash. So if I asked for money and then cash or like say a hug showed up, I wouldn't ever acknowledge that as I got what I asked for. So what I started doing was I will ask for money and wealth and cash. So how do you ask? In case you're not familiar, you could just say, universe, what would it be like to have more money and wealth and cash show up today than I never imagined possible? You can ask it that way and allow the universe to co-create that with you. You can also ask it from the what energy, space, consciousness choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can me and my body be to actualize way more money, wealth, and cash than I never imagined possible. Anything that doesn't allow that, I destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. and you just ask a lot, ask for all the things you would like. A lot of us have not been willing to ask. We might have been taught before that it's wrong to ask. It's unkind to ask. It's rude to ask. If you go to someone's house and they say, would you like a glass of water or a glass of juice? You might say yes to one of those when really you would prefer milk. Would you be willing to ask? Thank you for the offer. Do you happen to have any milk? Most of us are not. We were taught not to. Be happy with what you get. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. What if you'd be willing to ask for what you would like? Yeah, it is truly one of the greatest gifts that I received from attending Foundation and now facilitating it, which is almost like over 70 times I have facilitated Foundation. I love it that much. It changes that much for me every time I facilitate, but also for people who attend it. They go on to change their entire life and living with the tools that are amazing. And that was one of the pieces for me, was the asking piece, because I truly wanted to be the good girl growing up. It was very important to me to be the good girl. And so a good girl does not ask for what she would like. A good girl is smiles and nods when they're handed something and grateful for what they're given, rather than going, thank you. Can I have milk instead, please? Not that I'd ever ask for a glass of milk. Might ask for wine, maybe champagne. You know what? That's what I would ask for. Thank you. Juice, water, or do you happen to have champagne? Yeah. Yeah. And really, I mean, if you were willing to ask for what you would like, how much money would you be willing to ask for? Yeah. And how many barriers would you be willing to drop to receive that money as if by magic? Yeah. Yeah. Right? So again, if we go back to the energy of all of this, get a sense of when we started this conversation and you and money and the comfortable distance between you and money, and get a sense now if it's changed. Yeah, right? Now, even if it hasn't, or maybe you feel like it's got more intense, there's more of a distance now, that's okay too. Because then we can get a little bit curious about that. Be like, what is that? What is the value of choosing distance with money? Choosing distance with something that is a part of me. What is the value of that? Whew, yeah. You might get that it's, you get to fit in if you have it. You might get that people won't judge you. Because the more money you have, my sweet friends, the more judgment you will receive. In fact, I did a call recently that said, tools to receive the judgment that could make you rich as fuck. Yes, and you can download it. It's available. Just if you don't have the link somewhere, just let me know and I will get that link for you. It'll be posted somewhere with this video or audio, however you're listening to this. Because it was really awesome. It was really freaking awesome. But it's about that. It's the willingness to receive that judgment. Because otherwise you have to create a comfortable distance between you and money. Because if you're not willing to receive the judgment for having money, then you'll never have it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And you know what I've come to realize? Because honestly, receiving judgment is not something that I would say has been ease for me, and I'm getting way better at it. But what I've come to realize is that we're going to be judged anyway, my sweet friends. People are going to judge us for being too much, or for not being enough, or for having too much money, or for not having enough, or for being too loud, or for being too quiet, or being too tall, or being too short, or being too fat, or being too thick. I mean, honest to Pete, they're going to judge us anyway. So wouldn't it be a better use of our time and energy to get judged for what's working for us? Like really, imagine being judged for having too much money. Everything that just brought up, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. That is awesome, my sweet friends. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And what if, guys? What if you could? What if there was no need for comfortable distance between you and money? What if you could drop all of those barriers and receive it continuously? Money, wealth, cash. The other one that I ask for a lot is luxury. Money, wealth, cash, and luxury, because I like that. But whatever works for you, but just make sure if you would actually like cash, that you're asking for cash. I know it's such a bizarre thing, but that is the difference that I recognized when I did that 100 days. Yeah. And just get a sense of what your life and living would be like if you never chose comfortable distance with money ever again. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. So everything that doesn't allow you to choose to be the magic of you, choose to be the oneness that you be with money, with cash, with wealth, with luxury, with everything you're asking for. Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And how much space could you occupy right now to receive everything you're asking for with total ease and joy and glory? Anything that doesn't allow that to store and uncreate it all, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. So once again, tap into where you were with money when we started, the distance between you and money then, and where you're at now. Yeah. And if there's any space left, if there's any distance left, just to store and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. What energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can you and your body be to be the money, the wealth, the cash, and the luxury that you truly be? Anything that doesn't allow that to show up as if by magic, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. Let's do a little exercise. This is like an energetic exercise. I never really know ahead of time what these are going to be like, so it's just kind of popping now. So if it's safe to do so, close your eyes. Yeah, just become really present with your sweet body. What do you want to say? Hi, sweet body. And then energetically expand out into all of you as the infinite being you truly be, expanding out in every direction. Yeah. And then just allowing all of the money, the wealth, the cash, and the luxury that is asking to play with you. Just allowing it to pull you to it and allowing yourself to pull it to you. So it becomes this tug between you and it and you. It's like an energetic tug, so that it starts to show up in your life as if by magic. All of the wealth, the cash, the money, and the luxury that is asking to play with you. And notice that there's billions and billions and billions of dollars of it, energetically out in every direction. Yeah, getting a sense of that. Yes. And allowing it to pull you to it, and allowing it to allowing you, yeah, pulling back and forth. So you're both tugging each other to each other so that it can show up in your sock drawer, it can show up in your bank account, it can show up through gifts, it can show up through kindness, it can show up through possibilities, it can show up in all the different bazillion ways as if by magic. So tugging it all to you and allowing it to tug you to it. Yeah. all of the billions and billions of dollars in cash, all of the money, all of the wealth, and all of the luxury. Noticing that the more that you tug it to you and you allow it to tug you to it, the more spacious you become, the more ease and joy and glory you become aware of. Yeah. And just giving it permission to do this constantly, so that every day, all day, you are delighted and surprised with how the wealth, the money, the cash, and the luxury show up for you. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Oh my gosh. How does it get any better than that, my sweet friends? Wow. So I'm going to splice that out as a gift to you. So if you would like to download it, find the link somewhere again, whether you're watching this or listening this, the link will be there that you can go and download it as a gift. Because yeah, I know that was only a few minutes long, but imagine if you played that all night long. Whew. I know I'm going to be doing that. But of course you could just listen to it audibly too, however you would like to do it, but just allowing that and dropping those barriers, and how much more could show up for you as if by magic. Yay. So thank you so much for watching or listening in, however you connected today. I am so incredibly grateful for you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to playing again next week. Bye guys.